Mark Fellhauer.
The bad.
Shawn Windsor.
The ugly.
ML Elric. And Erika Erickson.
You asked it around, you're trying around my face. It's gone.
What are you doing? Come on.
That is not paid for by them. That is paid for by the people of Detroit.
You might be qualified, ML.
I'm not qualified for this job.
Let me tell you something. You want to go right now? Okay? You want to go right now?
Hey kids, it's your old pal ML Elric, and perhaps you're listening to us as you're standing in line to return your Christmas presents. I hope you got what you like, because we got some really cool stuff, and we are also blessed with the gift that keeps on giving. Erika Erickson has taken all the trouble to come back to the Red Shovel Studios twice in 1 month to join us for a special episode of Ask the Soul of Detroit. Erika, thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Now, it doubles what we owe you in mileage, but it's worth every 65 cents or
you
whatever.
boys are so fun.
It is a fun.
You were marveling at our pre-show conversation, and I'm trying to figure out why.
I have to say that sometimes, as a woman, it's just fun to watch guys interact.
Well, what was so fun about that?
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sometimes you guys are just animalistic.
And sometimes we're in touch with our feminine side.
Yeah, sometimes you are.
Especially Marc and Shawn.
But sometimes you guys are just so simple, and it's because women, I think sometimes we tend to overanalyze and overthink, and sometimes it's just nice to be around guys, and you're just kind of.
Why? Because we were talking about Proust, and then ML said he read it and tried to read it in French, and I just called him a nerd and moved on to the next thing.
Yeah, you just called him a nerd and you moved on.
Come on, who does that?
In French, by the way, that's le nerd. That's the part I picked out. Yeah, lay nerd would be multiple nerds. Just
sometimes you guys just punch each other, and it's over. You're fine. And then women, we get into a fight, and then we name call, and then we
talk behind each
other's backs, and then it's a 3-year-long fight, and then it's brought up. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's just funny to watch you guys interact.
Those are
we do that a little. We can do that. We're capable.
Yeah,
of doing
you guys,
that,
you guys can do that too.
And we can definitely overthink or brood. I mean, these guys think.
Oh yeah, you guys can pout.
Yeah, pout. Okay, brood. Yeah, brood is a euphemism for pout. I
think the problem here is more underthinking, but maybe I'm missing something.
By the way, can I just say, first of all, it's great to see you.
Say it.
It's great to see you guys again. I hope the holidays were great, but I'm amazed. Actually, I'm not amazed at all. The fact that you started the show off with somebody being miserable and unhappy and in a line trying to return something that somebody went to a lot of trouble to get for them, and you just assume they're going to be unhappy. That's where you start this post-Christmas show?
Such a Grinch.
Okay, you are but I got to say, you sound like you're getting over your cold, which is good. That you
it's just being around Mike. He's getting me worked up.
I think having a week of rest has really helped him. He's a new man.
I have a bone to pick, and I want yours since we're doing advice, and I'd like to know what you guys think about this. I think the best gift to give, particularly to like people in your orbit that you don't really know too well, is cash. But some people look really down on giving cash, but I think it's the perfect gift. It's what everybody wants. Everybody can use it. Is it not the most efficient gift you can give to somebody?
Well, I mean, I think cash is nice. Cash, you can do it in a fun way too. I think my sister one year got this little bag and she drew a money sign on it and she put a bunch of singles in it, and it was really funny.
Perfect. Everyone loves cash.
You didn't call her names behind her back that year.
She got it for my brother.
Oh, okay.
Does your brother go to a lot of strip clubs? Was she suggesting something?
But have you ever seen anybody open a gift and it be cash? And oh, great, cash.
No, but the word you said was efficient, and that's the key.
Incredibly efficient.
It's efficient.
It's cold a little, not cold.
No, it's not. Why is that cold?
Because if you take look, I get it if it's somebody you don't know very well, but if somebody in your regular life, your regular circle, that it means you've taken the time to understand them a little bit to go get something that they will actually
I understand.
like or need,
or if you put it in a nice card and you write something in there, that's.
I'm not just handing out fives, but if you put a thoughtful card, and
like if somebody knows you need something or you wanted something or whatever, that's much better than cash to me.
No, I'm like Elaine on Seinfeld when Jerry gave her cash and she said, "What are you, my uncle? What do you give me cash for?" Remember that?
Oh, it's the best gift. I do remember that.
Yeah,
but it's the best gift.
But see, you keep saying it's the best gift. Is that the best gift for you to receive?
Yeah. Oh, give me cash all
Well, it
day.
goes back to your earlier
so
point,
you have to
Erica.
think about
Men don't step in other people's shoes. That's what you-
My
Right,
9-year-old.
so maybe practicing a little empathy.
Yeah.
A little empathy.
9-year-old-
and
E,
thinking
not
of-
S. E, not S.
Charlotte wanted to go
Not sympathy.
Christmas shopping. This is before Christmas. So I said, I'll take you. Where do you want to go? She wants to go to Target. Buys her sister a Barbie. Bought her mom some cosmetic lotion or whatever. And she goes, I got to get you something. I'm like, well, I'm here. You don't really need to do. I mean, won't that ruin the surprise? And first she goes, no, you'll forget. You'll forget whatever it is I buy. I'm like, fair enough. And she's walking around the store and I said, the problem is, honey, I'm 47. I buy anything I need and I don't really want for much.
You look good for 47.
That's my calves. But so she's like, well, do you want a shirt? Do you want how about underwear? Like she knows underwear is just funny in general. And I said, no, I don't need any of that. And so finally it's like, let's go to the Lego section. You can buy me a Lego. And she was very proud to do that. So I just really wanted her to give me cash.
You want cash from your 9-year-old?
Here's the bullshit thing. I ended up paying for it anyway.
This
Not
may
my
be
present, but the other one.
This may be a good point to mention. If you haven't gotten the Soul of Detroit a holiday gift yet, you can still make a donation on our website, which is mlsoulofdetroit.com, where we will accept cash.
Look how many presents. Look how many presents get returned.
As much
It's
as
a
you
whole
can spare.
industry. Cash never gets returned.
Why don't you just send your kids out to work and take the money?
I would. Well, they're minors. I mean, they don't pay
Is he
rent.
Charles Dickens? What's going on over there?
I don't understand. I mean, I guess I do, but
God bless us, everyone.
I'm mainly joking about the shopping thing, but I'm dead serious about giving cash to people. I think it's the best gift.
So, what was the best gift you got that wasn't cash?
I like things that my kids make for me.
Okay.
I'm a softie in that way.
Well, that's
I
good.
save them all too.
Oh.
That's something personal, something sentimental.
So you do like personal.
took some time.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to make me a fucking thing.
but maybe you could make us something.
I'll
Maybe
make
some
you.
popsicle sticks and some yarn.
I'll make you
can figure it out.
origami out of cash. I'll make you a nice little swan out of a dollar.
Okay. Swans are angry.
See, if you
little
gave me
fuckers.
a swan cash
Yeah.
thing, I would say, oh, you put some thought into it.
Can I have a $100 swan?
You could make it out of foil if you wanted to.
No, let's stick with the cash.
Well, I'm trying to. There was a specific reason I brought this up because before Christmas we had to. I don't want to give it. Well, fuck it, whatever. So with teachers, right? Everybody gives teachers gifts, but I think teachers would just want cash. No.
I don't know, but I got to say, one of my friends,
What?
she's got like a teacher, 2 teachers, and like 5 assistants. She's spending like
Yeah.
$300.
Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah.
Is that
One of my
seriously?
one of my hockey buddies gets gift cards. So after Christmas and at the end of the year, he's always like, "Can we go to B-Dubs or can we go here or there?" Because he's got this stack of gift cards.
Wouldn't it be better if you got cash instead of gift cards?
It's going to be the answer to everything.
You know
now.
how many gift cards go unused? I mean, it's good for the economy.
Yeah, well, that's why the restaurants love them, because you lose them and they got the sale.
I know, but if it's cash and you go, hey, let's go eat
Yeah,
anywhere.
but then you're digging through a drawer, rifling through it, and all of a sudden you find it, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
let's
cash
go.
is always in your
6 months
wallet.
later. It's great. And then it's a surprise.
I think cash
it's
is
like a gift again.
yeah, that's true. I think cash is a little different now too, because we're not carrying cash as much
Exactly.
as we used to. So
Great
now
point.
it's a little bonus
So-
when you open your wallet.
I feel like I got Erika on my
That's-
side.
that's
now.
A little
true.
bit.
So
a little
Mark
bit.
is, Mark is just like, Venmo me money.
Well,
No, Venmo's too impersonal.
Oh, really?
yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Next year after Christmas, you'll be talking about Venmo,
No, I just think cash is nice.
Zelle, or whatever.
And and Erika, that's a good point. The fact that people don't typically carry much cash on them anymore, it's nice. Maybe you have a nice crisp 50 in your wallet.
I kind of switch it up and I'll give scratch offs sometimes.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Those are just a little different, but
Not gonna spend
those are
time-
great
not gonna
stocking
spend time
stuffers.
scratching it off. And
Unless you
Watch
give
the
somebody
cash-
like
watch-
a
watch the cash
$10,000
deplete to
winner.
zero.
then you
Can't
feel
even be
like
bothered
a
to
jerk.
scratch something off, can he?
oh, no, I'll scratch
What's
off the
surprising
barcode.
as nice as your calves are, clearly all the sculpting's gone into
Just being-
them,
just being
and
a
yet
dick.
you
I'm
can't
just being a
scratch
dick
off.
about the scratch off
Oh my
tickets.
goodness!
But I would prefer cash.
So the girl's aunt sends them each $50 from Australia
Oh, sorry, Mike, you haven't had time
every
to talk.
Christmas, and on the envelope it says mail only or card only, which feels like it's really saying there's money.
there's cash in
yeah,
here,
that's one of those things like there's nothing to say. Oh yes, something that's absolutely. But it's always wrapped in foil,
Oh, why?
which is. I don't know why. I think
Oh.
because she thinks it'll be
Keep it
harder
fresh.
to X-ray it or to hold it up to the light and see if
Oh,
there's
yeah, that's probably
because
it.
Australian money has a little plastic window on it, so you can see. It's
Oh.
pretty cool. So every year they get the cash, and then I give them the U.S. equivalent. So now I have like 600 Australian dollars sitting in a drawer somewhere. I'm like, I got to get back to Australia to spend this money.
Okay, in that example, cash is not a good gift. Because now they've created work for you.
Yeah, but actually, it's the only way I'm saving money these days, except for relying on financial planners, which is why we encourage you to call Luke Nowacki. If you're listening to this show and you left money in your pocket like Shawn, you're hoping you find it someday, that is not a viable investment strategy. You want to turn to Luke Nowacki so that you can pay those bills after Christmas every year, even after you stop working. You need a strategy. Luke can help you get that strategy, and we'll tell you a little bit more about how we can do that after we share some more wisdom on some of the questions, some of the burning questions of the day that we have carefully scoured the universe for, curated, and now shared with our panel of experts here so that we can help you live a better life, because that's what we're all about here. You want to make a resolution, learn from other people's mistakes, and here are some of the biggest burning questions that we hope to extinguish. So does anybody want to start off with a
I think you're on a roll right now.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, this is a great one. Dear Soul of Detroit, my new daughter-in-law and I have very different tastes in art, music, literature, etc. She is also pretty insecure and not yet very comfortable around me, despite my efforts to draw her out and make her feel at home. I just saw on Facebook that she has gotten a new tattoo that, to my eye, is ugly and badly done. What do I say when I see her next? And how do I handle this problem in general of not really liking the new tattoo, the new dress, the new whatever?
You're not dating her.
Oh, boy.
I think there's some problems here where
There's a lot here.
you have a new daughter-in-law and all your thing is, how do I nicely criticize her?
Yeah.
Well, is your son happy? Isn't that what is supposed to matter? No?
I mean, I would think so, but I guess the other thing is this like a huge tramp stamp? Does it have some other guy's name on it? I mean, what is it about this tattoo that makes it so ugly?
I mean, she just doesn't like tattoos in general.
It could be.
Yeah,
Shawn?
there doesn't have to be those kind of undertones, Mike. I mean,
Shawn, you're known for your piercings and body art.
yeah, right. I would just say to the mom, just shut the fuck up.
Wow.
No, seriously. I went through this. I went through this a little bit, but at one point, my wife.
Pretty much
This is a long time ago, and this back.
That's going to help the relationship.
My mom, rest her soul, but at some point, she was a little too involved. How about that? And my wife got so mad one time she took her wedding ring off and threw it at me and said, "Go give this to your fucking mother."
That's a good line. It's a good move.
So yeah, lady, be quiet, please.
Trouble in the House of Windsor.
For the love of God.
My goodness. Well, I think Shawn takes the cake with that one. He cuts right to the heart of the issue.
It's hard for moms with sons, right? I get it. I mean, and it's not fair. They would never do that with their daughters.
True.
They do it with their sons, and any sister of a boy
you think
would
she's
tell
really?
You
You think she's really threatened that maybe nobody's good enough for baby boy? Is this like a Manchurian candidate situation?
well, and it's not sexual. It's just
okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's just they're used to running their son's life in a way or having a voice in a way, and it's hard to give that up for some moms.
Wow,
That's true.
That was deep.
It totally is.
Do you have any tattoos, Shawn?
No, I don't.
Do you, Alric?
I do not. I want my body to be identified someday as that's the only guy who doesn't have a tattoo.
Why is it
That's how
never?
they'll find
Why
me.
is it never yes or no?
No.
Erika, do you have tattoos?
I don't. I almost got one like a week ago, but
Okay.
Oh,
that was an almost.
What was it going to say?
It was. I'm not going to tell you.
Shorten your
I'll,
stories.
I'll, I'll show up and just have it.
It was going to say brevity. It's a good thing.
It was going to say ML.
I don't know how our mother-in-law is going to feel about that. But, actually, Shawn, you can tell my mother-in-law about what to do with that tattoo if she doesn't like it. And then you can explain it to Teresa, and then you can both go to my funeral.
But yeah, you're right. Just let it go.
Yeah,
it's a tattoo. If I don't,
it's not
obviously,
your
there's more here
business,
than the
right?
tattoo.
Yeah. Oh,
She wants to keep her son relationship with her son. She'll just
That's just gonna cause problems, and there's gonna be a rift.
and she's clearly not done anything to make her feel welcome because she'd feel welcome if she knew what she were doing. Right? She's probably overstepping.
It's
Which is easy to do. Look, I have a lot of empathy, Mark. It's easy to do.
You mean me?
Well, we have a lot of
Full of
problems we can
Okay,
solve
Cash-
here. I
Cash
think we've
Man.
got that one taken care of. Who else has something that they want to share?
There's an interesting one over here. A woman says, I think it's a woman here. My brother is a moderately famous actor. Me and my other 2 siblings have regular jobs. We all get together around 4 times a year. My actor brother is fun and charming, but during these gatherings, he never ever asks about anything going on in anyone else's life. We've all teased him about it, and he promises to be less self-absorbed. Yada, yada, yada. Last time we were together, he was at rehearsals for a play. After the gathering, he texted all of us to say he was upset no one had asked about his play, and he felt ignored.
Oh, little baby.
No one intentionally didn't ask him about the play. They all talked about everything, and then everything kept moving back to him and his life. We all apologized for not asking him about his play, but I'm still bothered by his text. He literally has never asked me about my work, my life. I'm pretty sure he has no idea what I even do. That was fine. No, really. Until he started complaining that we're not paying enough attention to him. I resent apologizing to him, and my mind keeps going over the different ways I should have handled it. Do you think I should have handled it differently?
I would have replied, "What play?" That's the first thing. Just play down. What? You have a play? Cool. Tell me about it, and then ignored the text.
Yeah, or just say like, "Oh, you were in Frozen." Isn't that a play?
What?
Isn't that a
Frozen?
very popular play?
It's a movie.
Is it a movie?
Is it a play?
Maybe I'll pass on this one. Sean would just say, just shut the F up.
I'll let
That's
you
what he
guys
said.
go, and then I'll say what I
No,
think.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I'd like to know too what her the siblings' jobs are. I mean, maybe they have boring jobs.
They could have boring
You
jobs.
think about it.
But this kind of sounds like this person just doesn't ask about them in general.
That would be the bigger problem. Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a bigger problem at play here. And that's got to feel like a bit crummy, right? Hey, I'm just going to come in and talk about me all the time. And, I'm going to pull out my phone and talk about my important life. Well, clearly this person is insecure.
Yeah.
This brother.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who wants to talk about themselves anyway?
And I think this letter is signed by Fred Clooney. So he's obviously understating the magnificence of his sibling.
I like that you picked Clooney because George Clooney has been like my celebrity crush for a very
really?
long time.
He's not the only actor in his family either, so I think it's a bad example.
Really? Who's the other Clooney?
Rosemary Clooney related to
Oh,
him?
yeah, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like his great aunt or
So
something.
I'm just saying.
And
it
his
runs in the
mom
family.
was
Yeah, something.
something, yeah.
His dad was
His mom
anchor
was something.
in Kentucky. He was
and
a
his
news
father was a
anchor.
newsman, yeah.
So once again, terrible example.
So yeah, I would just again, we're gonna look at this at a place
tough
from
New Year.
an empathetic
That's right.
position.
That's right.
And I always think too, you kind of teach people how to treat you, and you have to look at this from a place of, all right, well, this is the way this person acts. I'm not going to go in here expecting him to change and be different the next time we're in this situation, right? So
Now, if you're really tight family, you could just joke and give him shit about it, and he'd be fine with it. But this guy sounds pretty fragile.
yeah, he sounds pretty fragile.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could. I would say I don't think this person handled it wrong, but
Like if that guy did that ever to his friend, well, he's fragile again. But if it was a friendly thing, they would just they bust his balls about it. Like,
right, and
who
who
cares about your
knows?
stupid play?
Siblings, you guys have siblings. I mean,
Yeah.
you could get
Oh, yeah.
competitive. My siblings and my sister and I especially have gotten competitive, probably without even realizing it. There could be that at play here. This brother is trying to be competitive.
Oh, yeah. I started to take piano lessons because my brother was taking piano lessons. That didn't work out
which one's the
so
musician?
well for me, but he's very successful.
Exactly.
Here I am in a basement with a couple of schmoes and Erika Erickson, so I'm 1 for 4.
Oh, you didn't
But,
include me in that.
No,
Thanks.
I'd say no. You're a cut above, especially now that we're tattoo pals. But the thing I wonder about is it worse when someone doesn't ask you how you're doing, or when they ask you as like a pretext to just talk about them, like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
Shawn, I know you're on the road covering this game, but hey, did you know about? I was just in Paris. It's like, well, wait a minute, you don't really care, but this is just a setup to you doing your own little.
I think the biggest thing, and I know this sounds really simple and kind of lame, talk to the person. They might not even know they're freaking doing it.
Oh shit.
That's always the.
What a perfect piece of
right?
advice. Yeah.
I
no one ever
mean, you could
talks.
just say, hey,
Say what you're thinking.
hey, big bro, like I kind of don't feel like you ask me about my life sometimes, and would you mind,
And I forgot you were in some stupid play.
Yeah, you could add that in there and
Yeah, or
maybe
just say,
it's a little passive aggressive.
how
But
you
that's
doing?
okay.
That's incredibly passive aggressive.
How you doing with only one kidney since you gave me the other kidney? Just show a little interest. Shawn, can you top that? You've been brewing something up here. It's got to be great.
Oh, you mean with a question or a response to this? I'm confused. I'm easily confused.
You wanted Erika to go, and then you were going to drop a wisdom bomb.
Oh, I was? No. I just
Suggestion.
wanted to hear. I can read mine if you'd like.
Please.
I just weren't sure if we were done with that topic. Are we done? No?
We're done.
Family's tough.
It is. It's very tough. Speaking of
This is
family.
the Addams family.
Speaking
over
of
here.
family, it's all family. It's all,
Go on,
it's all this is
Pugsley.
about relationships, I guess, right? What'd you say? Go on what?
Pugsley.
Oh, Pugsley. Okay.
It was that or cousin it, but I don't think
I don't have that kind of
you
hair.
have to comb it a lot over.
I don't have any hair.
I was gonna say I'll move my hair.
Yeah, I've got no hair.
Calm thing.
Lurch. Come on,
I don't have his chin. You're striking out here, man. I got too many chins and no hair.
Let's go. You're the guy who's got someplace to be. I mean, we got a New Year's Eve party in a
At
couple
least
days.
Lurch has a chin. Oh, I used to have a chin.
Bolts in his neck. Let's
Still
go.
do. It's under there somewhere.
I used to have hair too.
I used to have one too. Now I have 5.
Describing a monster over here.
Well, I know. It's okay.
He was a trusted and loyal.
I try to be kind
Manservant.
because of how I look. You have to be kind. You just scare people. Otherwise.
Go ahead, Shawn. Floor is yours.
My 25-year-old Ivy School graduate son lacks motivation, and it's quite frankly, whenever somebody says quite frankly, embarrassing. He was fired from a job he was overqualified for and just moved home. He would be happy to game all day and live cheaply under our roof indefinitely. What can I do to help him find his way, and what do I tell well-meaning friends, the well-meanings in quotations, about his circumstances? Am I horrible to feel his lack of ambition is a reflection on our parenting choices and want to protect myself?
Oh.
It sounds like one of the few kids at Yale who didn't get an A.
Well, there's
boy.
a couple questions there. So the first, I mean, look, every parent is going to look at something with their kid and think it's their fault in their parenting style. I mean, you just got to get over that, right?
Yeah, you got to set your ego aside here. It has no reflection. First of all, if you want to help your kid, remove yourself completely.
Well, that's the other thing too. Don't enable them.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I was going to say ice pick in the back of the neck.
Oh.
Solve it right there.
Yeah, but then you create new problems for yourself.
Yeah, that could be
Who's going to miss him?
problems right there.
Nobody's seen this kid in years anyways. They probably thought
So
he...
you're suggesting matricide? No,
No, the
Kids
other
on
way.
a
the other way around.
mattress.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Sorry, the other way around. Yeah.
Bratricide?
So
Yeah, if I paid for your ass to go to Ivy League college and you come home and all you're doing is World of Warcraft or whatever the hell you're playing,
But But that's not clear. It's not clear.
pets
that
are meat. That's
she-
how it works in my house.
Is that clear that they paid?
No, not at all.
No. Well, there's clearly
Oh, you
something
think
else
this
going on
go-getter
here, though.
worked his way through college? I don't think so.
What's amazing to me, though, and I know this is tough. It's funny because I have a 26-year-old, but it's the fact that this is more concern about how it's a reflection on her
Yeah.
than her son. To me, that's a little worrisome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I understand.
I got
it's,
that
it's
same-
Yeah,
yep.
it's easy to do that, because we all are the son of our own universe. I get it.
And what to tell your
But
friends.
to get back to Erika, we can't be. What was the fine word you used last week before the show?
So long ago.
Narcopath.
Oh, yeah, narcopaths.
Narcopaths. Yeah. It made me think of that reading this. Yeah, I know that was a while ago you said that, but sometimes my memory works.
As far as your friends go and what to tell them, just go open up a bottle of wine and just bitch about your kids together, right? Misery loves company.
Yeah.
This kid reminds me of. He reminds me of Larry from the Big Lebowski. Just sitting there while his dad's an iron lung after he wrote all those great episodes of Branded.
Another
you know what
dude
happens?
show. Another dude show, Erickson.
You know what happens, Larry, when you play video games all day?
How old is the kid in that example?
25.
He's only 25. I think sometimes it's harder now because I could not wait to get out of the house and live my life and get going. I think people our age
Me too.
kind of feel that way. And so nowadays the trend is to stay home.
Well, first of all, we've raised him differently, right?
Yeah.
I raised him in a way that I didn't necessarily want him to. I mean, you want him to go, but you don't want him to not want to be around you.
It's the
at all,
hardest
right?
thing.
Right.
That's
And the
the hardest thing.
motivation is a side effect of something else. It's not just he's not motivated.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
for
and I
sure.
think that you're pinpointing it also with what you're saying, the parent.
Yeah, he's just trying to find himself or find his way a little bit, and I know it's frustrating. If he's working and saving money and playing
That's a big if,
playing
though.
games at night, then you're good, right? Let him hang out for a minute.
I'm still looking for the ice pick.
Sometimes you need a little more cooking.
But if he got into Yale,
Right now.
So that means he worked in high school, unless he's a total
I'm
legacy
just saying,
kid.
and he got in.
Unless his last name is Bush
True.
or Gore.
So clearly, the kid has got some work in him. You don't just go to an Ivy.
There's something else. I'm going to go back to what I said
true.
before. Got to talk to your kid. Yeah. There's something going on. Maybe he does, he won't. That I understand, but there's something else going on here.
For sure.
And mom is not going to fix it. He's got to learn to fix it himself.
He's got to do it himself.
Okay, Mark, what do you
This
got?
one's not as heavy.
Oh,
Is there a nice response to let someone know that you don't want pictures of what the weather is doing a half hour away from you?
God.
The pictures I'm getting are through text, and I just don't understand the reason people send them. The weather doesn't interest me a whole lot, so when people start talking about it, I get bored or almost completely zone out. I feel like it's ruder than telling someone not to send you pictures of the weather. Is there a polite way to inform someone that I really don't care?
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the easy passive-aggressive way is if you have an iPhone, it's just a thumbs down every single picture.
No, I was going to say the opposite. Thumbs up.
No, thumbs down.
Or
Like, I don't
heart, or
care.
thumbs up and be done with it.
Or you could just,
Ignore
if you
it.
want to keep being passive aggressive, you could go crazy and just be like, oh my God, I love these. And just keep responding. Oh my God, can you send more? And just blow up their phone. Drive them nuts.
Kind of have fun with it
Yes.
a little bit. Yeah, don't make it annoying to yourself. Make it fun.
But yeah, I mean, with anything, you got to set boundaries. I mean, these people think you like them if you're not saying anything or you're liking them.
Or you could send pictures of like stock photos of like Florida and a beach. It's fine right here. I don't know why your weather sucks.
Is this a friend? I mean, it's not clear, is it? Or is it?
They just say someone, doesn't say
Or
who
is it like a neighborhood chat, one of those? Because those get awkward, like next door or
we
something.
Need more,
Oh, I love those.
We need some information. If this is a friend and they just have a fetish for weather or whatever, then you can
Fetish.
you can indulge that a little bit because it
for
makes
weather.
it makes them happy, and you know it doesn't take too
Yeah, so
much.
make yourself
Yeah.
happy by fucking with them.
No, how long of your days it take to give them a whatever
No, I know. So have fun with it.
once or twice a day? I don't know. It's
Yeah, if it's something little, like you're right.
yeah,
if
but if it's somebody
if
that's
it's
just
constant,
hounding and
I mean-
and it's not a friend and it's somebody that wants to be your friend, then that's a little more awkward.
Regarding pointless, inane conversations, that Nextdoor, do you guys ever go on Nextdoor.com, the neighborhood app?
all the time.
No,
Those are so.
I get emails about that all the
best.
time.
It's like people watching, but
It's so great.
in
It
an
is
app.
Kravitz.
so much fun to read what people post.
It's
Did
so
you say
weird.
Gladys?
Yeah,
Gladys Kravitz. Yeah, Mrs. Kravitz.
That reminds me. I had you were talking about celebrity crush. Mine was Dora.
The Explorer?
Agnes Moorehead. I just think
Oh,
she was
you said Dora. I'm like,
no.
the cartoon?
Oh, no, that would be
That's quite the fetish.
that's.
Yeah, Shawn
How about
Shawn
that
wants
boots?
our borders
No,
secure.
I just thought
No more
Agnes
Dora.
Moorehead with that ginger. I just thought she.
How
and those
old are
dresses-
you, 90?
No, I just thought she was the
damn near
coolest.
70 years
I was
ago.
a teenager, and I just thought she was the coolest. She was different. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, different
look,
from attractive.
Samantha was gorgeous, obviously, but don't say that.
No, that's
well,
fine.
I guess Clooney's kind of old. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not a witch. I mean, this
Oh,
chick went to work
Agnes
on a broom.
Agnes Moorehead? Is
She
that-
was cool.
What does she look like? I need to see a photo.
I'll show you.
She was in a very,
what does she look like
very
now?
good
What's-
episode of the Twilight Zone, but it was in black and white because she was ancient.
Agnes Moorehead.
Wow. Well, we know.
Another piece
Well, I guess
to the
not now,
puzzle.
but the last time she was alive.
So, folks, as you're weighing the advice you're hearing here, just keep in mind that Shawn's fantasy is Agnes Moorehead.
I didn't say fantasy.
A woman
I
who-
just thought she was
a woman-
cool looking.
A woman who died before I was born, 1974. She died.
I just thought she was cool.
Of
looking,
old
that's all.
age.
She died at the age of 73.
Yeah.
That's her witch character.
100.
Oh, I know who she is.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I just thought she was cool.
Yeah. Sean's other choice for a three-way
look.
is,
That's an
is
interesting
witchy
choice,
poo from
though. I
HR
will-
Puffin stuff.
I liked Samantha. Everybody liked Samantha. You know, she was great. I got made fun of once because I thought Sigourney Weaver was awesome, and
Oh, she's beautiful.
you know,
Yeah.
There used to be, yeah.
God.
I just love to see
Oh,
his
my-
reaction.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on. She was much more attractive in Alien than now. I don't even know what she's in. Or Ghostbusters.
I told that to Jim Schaefer. I don't know if you met Jim Schaefer, editor of the Free Press. He was Mike's longtime partner. They won the Pulitzer together. I was telling him about Sigourney Weaver, and he's like, well, what is it with you and manly women? I'm like, what?
Oh.
So.
Wait, that means there's other examples.
Maybe I was going to say this.
No, but his
favorite singer is Pink. And Dr. Frankenfurter.
I won't get into fetishes.
Let's do the time warp and get to the next one. A few years ago, I quit having sex with my husband. For a while, he slept on the couch. But now he's taken to sleeping in a tent in the backyard. What? Even in the dead of winter.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so embarrassing. I've begged him to sleep inside, but he says he likes sleeping in the fresh air. I'm sure all our neighbors are talking about how he's sleeping like a caveman. How can I make him come to his senses and sleep like a human being?
Well, I can think of one thing.
And it's signed T. Baldus.
Okay, what?
Can anybody help with this one? Because this guy sounds like he's in a lot of pain.
Sounds like
Well,
I feel somebody needs to help this man.
Sounds like a narcopath.
He's crying out for help. Can somebody, please, at least throw him some batteries or something for
Is that a
the.
serious piece of advice, though, aside from the signed? That can't be.
It's signed. It's just tacky Teresa. So I don't know. Maybe it's not. But yeah, this guy is. I mean, talking about a protest.
yeah, he's
the couch
protesting. I mean, he's going to keep. What else is he going to add?
Yeah.
To this tent, probably lettering, signs.
Is it in the backyard?
Could be Occupy. He could be doing an Occupy movie in the backyard.
There'll be a whole tent city in the backyard.
Yeah. Just be a bunch of lunkers out there.
So this person doesn't say why. I mean,
other than she stopped having
she
sex?
just quit. That's it.
Yeah.
She's out.
she just said, I'm done. Okay, well.
That's it.
Maybe they should call it quits on everything.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, plenty of couples don't, especially long-time couples don't stay in the same. They don't sleep together, right? I mean, they sleep together, but they don't sleep together.
I know.
He clearly doesn't agree.
Because they want to sleep.
Yeah, because they're having an affair with a 73-year-old witch.
Well, I had a very long-time boyfriend who snored really
Was
badly.
he a warlock?
Wait, what'd you say?
No, I said sometimes what comes between a couple is a 73-year-old witch.
Oh.
And Shawn's like, she was only 70 when she was on the show. She's barely a septuagenarian. She had a lot of good days ahead of her.
Yeah, how old was she when you were a teen then?
Probably
That was
in
my
her
point.
60s.
Yeah.
Oh.
She easily would have been in her 60s.
50s. Maybe she was in her 50s.
Shawn was in his 50s
No.
back then. So
No, I just thought she was cool. I didn't want to go have a thing with her. I just thought she was.
You masturbated.
It was just
Just admit it.
No.
So let's get back to the snoring boyfriend.
It was just the power.
Yeah, who is this slob? No, I'm just kidding.
So it doesn't sound like they're just not having sex because there's a snoring
what about the
situation
boyfriend?
or
There's more
Yeah.
to it.
No, she's.
Yeah, your story before we rudely interrupted.
So that was a situation where he just was snoring and would have to sleep. We'd have to sleep in
Yes.
different areas.
Yeah.
So, but there's not a super long story. Although
he
there was
wasn't in
one
a
morning.
tent.
It's not
I found
Elrickian.
him. He was snoring so loudly, and I was like, "Oh my god, you need to get out of here!" And I found him in the closet.
What?
He went in the closet and shut the door.
Well, if you're going to date somebody, that's the only way you want to find him in the closet.
That's true.
Mark, did
Because
you
that can be
notice?
very
Did you hear that,
uncomfortable.
by the way, Mark?
What's that?
This is not a super long story. When is the first time that is the first time we've ever heard that, isn't it? That's fabulous.
Yeah, that it was a nice
From
short
that
story.
side of the table.
The anti-Elrickian.
What?
What's going on? Who? Is that another piece of advice?
So here's my
coworker
here's
likes
my
to blabber
advice.
on and on.
Here's my advice. Have sex with him. See if that works.
Well, but if she doesn't want
What
to.
did he do?
Yeah, well, she doesn't want to. I'm with Mark. Come on.
He's the victim in this.
Is
I
he?
mean, I'm the victim.
How do you
This
know?
guy, this friend of mine.
Well, I think there's a lot more
Not
to
me.
it.
Did
is
we
the
hit a
victim
nerve?
in
He's
this.
like shaking and sweating over here. His face is red.
I'm worried I got to get the snow off my
Tell him
tent
to-
before it
His
collapses.
hair is
Why don't you tell him
curling
to clean
by
out the-
itself.
So,
Tell him to vacuum out the Cutlass Supreme. That might help.
I had a Cutlass Supreme, 1979, black with burgundy crushed velour interior.
Agnes Moorehead would have approved.
It did not have a bench seat though, so there's no room for Agnes.
I can hear Agnes now.
Yeah, she's
From the grave.
Yes.
It's her centenary, I think. But okay, so we can't really help this guy. There's nothing we can do for him. That's it.
I think he needs to come inside. Well, geez, I didn't mean to say that.
I think that's what he says.
Great phrasing. That was excellent phrasing.
That's exactly what he's thinking. Okay, awkward pause. Yes, we need to welcome him back into the house and to the arms of his loving wife.
I think there's bigger problems.
There's bigger problems, and they need to not be together. If
I would agree
he's going to be outside in a tent.
Yeah. And Shawn has got to go because apparently it's singles night at some old folks' home, and he wants to get there before the hot ones die. So we will see Shawn next year, or at the Rose Bowl. Where are you going, Shawn? He's you're heading to California.
Nice.
Okay, we'll see. Happy holidays. Okay, so we're done with this poor.
And I think the only thing that we learned is that you should always give cash to people.
Well, I think I wonder how many tents this guy's pitching. We didn't even get to that.
The geeks have inherited the earth.
Did I do that?
What a dork.
Does him wanting to play with us again mean that he's turning into a geek, or we're turning into cool guys?
I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon Go. I don't geocache and all that kind of stuff. If that's what you do, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's okay. You got some 8-sided dice in your pocket. That's cool. That's your thing. But I certainly would never suggest violence against these people. But the former 2-term mayor of a Pennsylvania town has been ordered to serve up to a year in jail for shooting a gun at and threatening to kill 2 players of the popular mobile game Pokemon Go. Ida Reams, who served as mayor of Osceola Mills from 2013 to 2021, was intoxicated when she confronted the 2 male players of the augmented reality game in the parking lot of a food bank in the town in March of 2023. She called police herself to report 2 suspicious people, and emergency operators heard her shouting to somebody to leave her alone or she would fucking kill them. It was followed by 2 gunshots before the call was disconnected. That seems like a pretty extreme response for a game in which...
bit.
Yeah, players are searching for animated virtual characters using their mobile phone's GPS capability. And they were outside an adjacent Veterans of Foreign Wars post when Reams came out and challenged them. Look, people do stuff that annoy us. The older I get, the less I want kids to be on my lawn. But I would suggest that if you're out there playing Pokemon Go and a crazy biatch says to hustle before she puts a cap in your ass, you should act accordingly.
Yeah, but what if you need to get your, I don't know anything about
Charizard?
What? Is that a
What?
thing?
You got to catch them all. You don't know about Charizard? And
I don't know anything about Pokemon.
Salamander and...
Said it so confidently, too.
I know.
Fizzle Dizzle
No,
or
no.
whatever the hell it is. I
Let
don't
me see your phone. I think you play this game.
Yeah.
In fact, that's where Shawn is. He thought he saw there's a very high value Pokemon out front. But he's the Ash of our show. And he often makes an Ash of himself. So he's the ultimate Pokemon Go player. But so Ida Reams, for getting a little too carried away with some kids just trying to have some fun, you are our last geek of this year's weeks.
There's an all-night party in room 7609. And you can dance together all night if you've got the time.
It is the final installment for 2023 of Room 7609, and because Shawn just won't let it go, we're inviting you next year to send us deep cuts from the bands that you like, or to send us some music from a band you think everybody should like, but nobody really knows. For 4 years now, we've been trying to highlight new wave gems, either songs from bands that you love that nobody else knows, or bands that nobody's heard of but you think deserve a bigger audience. Phil, known to friends as PJ, says, "Hey ML, congrats on the 200 plus episodes." And he's getting us in on this new incarnation of Room 7609. He says, "I think I've heard every episode you've done. Sorry I can't donate. I'm a check-to-check schmuck welder but I digress. And he's got so many digressions, he'd fit right in on the show. After listening to Shawn go down memory lane about mooning young girls on a school bus, and Shawn, if he was here, would say, they weren't young girls, but I can't rule out a 70-year-old witch being on the bus. PJ says, I thought of a song I'd sent. No, it's not Into the Night by Benny Mardones. Wow, that's a creepy song and an even creepier video. I digress again. There's a song called Champaign, Illinois by the Old 97s. Now, you may remember Shawn talking about his return to Champaign and some of the memories he had there, including pressing some ham with a friend and some unwise motoring. PJ says, it's a major departure from the new wave theme, but I think you'd enjoy it. If it doesn't make the cut, I understand. At the very least, would you bring it to Shawn's attention? I think he'd enjoy it. Keep up the great work, Pat from Plymouth. Pat, here's the Old 97s with Champaign, Illinois.
The bottom line's been snorted. The bottom card's been dealt. No one knows like you know right now how truly bad it felt. All your life you wasted on dreaming about the day worker bees kill off their queen and carry all her eggs away. Oh, but if you die fearing God and painfully employed, no, you will not go to heaven. You'll go to Champaign, Illinois. Up north in Chicago, where booze makes no one blush, memories come back to you in a double bourbon rush. Memories, they aren't all bad, and neither, my friend, are you. There is an argument, there must be some heaven meant for hearts that are half true. Oh, but if you spend your whole life rolling horses into Troy, no, you will not go to heaven. You'll go to Champaign, Illinois. No, you will not go to heaven. You'll go to Champaign, Illinois. Roll on blacktop highway, circles towards the sun. Spring fields in the distance, and that's the last big one. After that comes judgment, oh, and judgment will be swift. You will be eliminated, but here's a parting gift. Oh, if you die fearing God and painfully employed, no, you will not go to heaven. You'll go to Champaign, Illinois. No, you will not go to heaven. You'll go to Champaign, Illinois. No, you will not go to heaven. You'll go to Champaign, Illinois.
That's the Old 97s with Champaign, Illinois. And that's something that Erika might have played in Traverse City back in her DJ days.
I love DJing. It was a blast.
Did you have a DJ name?
Well, my name, Erika Erickson, was just kind of, people thought it was fake anyway, so just kind of.
Well, your real name's Bertha Tregriliger, so I can understand why you changed it.
Agnes Moorehead.
Agnes Moorehead, yeah. Yeah, that isn't a stage name because no one would pick that. But so this was a country station?
Yeah, WTCM, and they're also News Talk 580, so they had the AM station too, but I was mainly on the FM side.
Did you do any reporting on AM?
Very, very rarely. I was mainly doing the FM on the weekends because I was working at 7 and 4 during the week. So
what an oversight by them when you have a newscaster at your cluster and you're not going to put them on the AM station.
Yeah, I mean, I was just working a lot, and on top of that, I was doing charity stuff and.
Well, I think you need to get back
stuff.
into broadcasting.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start a petition. Just
on change.org so the White House has to respond. What?
Oh wow.
That sounds a little scary, actually.
That's so stupid.
It is
I
so
think you should do
stupid.
it if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, like I said, the right opportunity. I'm open to having conversations.
Well, if, God forbid something happens to Shawn and there's an empty chair on the podcast, you seem to be...
you telling me to whack him or what? What are you trying to do, ML?
Ice pick to the back of the head.
Ice pick in the back of the head, guy. It solves a lot of
I
problems.
know you've been talking about a lot of killing the last couple shows I've been on.
Tis the season.
Just,
Tis the season.
For murder.
When appropriate.
It sounds like an ID series. Tis
It
the
does.
season for murder.
Yeah, would
Sorry.
that have
All
the guy
Christmas
from
murders.
Stranger Things in it?
It'd be all Christmas stuff.
Isn't he an evil Santa now?
What? Who?
What?
Isn't the guy from
God,
Stranger
your references
Things?
are so weird. I don't know.
I love ridiculous movies like that.
But
Though.
I
like
think-
Killer Santa, just ridiculous.
I think the sheriff from Stranger Things is a evil Santa because I keep seeing it on my Fire TV thing.
Oh.
Like Deadly Night or
I'll
something.
watch that.
Deadly Night.
Yes, see?
That sounds great.
Pretty creepy.
It does.
So we are looking forward to 2024. We appreciate you sticking with us for almost 240 episodes now.
Congrats.
Yes, we're on a roll. And as you can tell, the show gets better mainly because we keep bringing in some higher quality guests. So if you'd like to support the show, you can still donate. Patreon should be kicking off next year. There'll be lots of great features for those who send us a few bones every month. And we always love to get your feedback too. So please send it to us at mlsoulofdetroit@gmail.com. We hope to have Erika on again. 2 back-to-back shows, man. That's
a lot of fun.
That's a
Yeah.
bravura performance.
Well done.
Thanks, guys.
So a lot of fun to have her. It's always great to be here with Shawn. He said with a pause to hide his incredulity at what he just said. And with Marc. And we hope that you'll be with us again in 2024. So until next year, I don't know if anybody has a great resolution they want to share before we go.
Oh, do you guys have any?
No, never. No.
We make
Never, huh?
Time is man-made.
Well, my resolution last year was to be shorter.
Why not make a resolution in the middle of July? What?
So,
What's going on?
I think last
That's
year.
true, though. Time is man-made.
It is. I mean,
I think last year we made resolutions for each other.
a
and
year
Marc,
isn't. I mean, a year is astronomical, but... And I'm sorry. What's that? Who? What?
I said I think last year
I
we
like
made
that rant.
resolutions for each other, and last year's Marc's resolution for
Only
me was
give
to be
cash.
shorter.
Oh, that's right.
So I broke that very quickly, but I will try again
Well done.
next year. So,
And how did you try?
in my mind, very hard, but there's a lot of room between there and my lips, unfortunately. And
This is
sometimes,
Weird
I
conversation.
know. It just turned,
you're-
just took a bizarre turn.
when you live in a tent, it makes things that much harder.
Yeah, how's Tent Guy going to do, make it through winter?
Good point.
I don't know. I just know he's a really good guy who deserves.
I know how I'll make it through happily. He's happy, right?
You
Isn't that the
guys
key?
love him.
The key is to be content in everything you do.
I mean, if he's happy in his tent,
Yeah, well, then who cares?
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
a-
but
I'm a-
I guess if she's embarrassed and
That's her problem.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
Kind of her issue.
that is.
Well, we'll be back
I
next
just
They
feel
can
year.
work it
I feel
out.
like he's in the backyard going, "I'm happy, goddammit!" Sorry, what's going on? Too close to home? What? Happy New Year? What's
Yeah, it's
going
very
on? Go
close to
Blue? What
home,
do you
man.
want to talk about?
Yeah.
As
Backyard's
ML
right
leaves
next to
and
the
goes
home.
home and into his tent.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure it's properly vented because it's getting warm. It's getting cold out there. We got to heat that tent up. Until next year,
Call fall.
I was just gonna say.
we can't get out of this show. I don't know what's going on.
I know,
This
it's
is-
crazy.
The gravitational pull, it keeps pulling us back, and I'm the one who's trying to be short. This is what happens. It's sabotage. We will see you next year. Please be safe. Have a great New Year's Eve. If you don't have anything better to listen to all our old episodes, they're all there at mlsoulofdetroit.com. So happy New Year, and Cyrus, take us out.
Can you dig that?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Mark fell over.
producer, the ugly ML Elric, and Erika